what's up, my friends? I'm just sitting here, wanting to give you a perspective on what I see, and decided to make some new changes. Check it out. Let me show you. So basically, this is what I see when I sit here in my spot. I get to see all the tanks as such. Anyway, so I get to see the tanks pretty much from one spot, and the new big tank, which I've been contemplating, going over, planning and whatever, I've decided on something different and I wanted to share with you. And this is my final project, simply because I actually have everything I need. So it's gonna go down here. You can see the tape more or less. I made the lineup. It goes underneath that tank, so you can't see the rest, but it'll be a triangular, more or less, tank. You can see the lineup more or less like that, and down here and that way. And it's gonna hold roughly 1,311 gallons. It's going to be 29 inches deep. 6-foot front panel and 2-foot panels on each side, and it'll be right here in the corner as such. So hopefully I have the tank already. It's the one that was here, the 210 that busted. The back panel broke, but the front panel and the side panels are fine, so I'm gonna reuse those. And then obviously plywood and the rest. So time to get these guys as well as these guys moved. It was soon to be a 1,300 gallon triangular tank right here in this spot, right where Zulu laying down. Actually, hang on, let me see if I can flip some lights on. Oh, right where Zulu's laying down. That's where, you know, you can see the angle. I've decided to go with this because the 8-foot panel was kind of getting too close to the walkway here. Also, it was impossible to source, and as I said, I already have the 210, which will provide me with all the glass I need to build a 29-inch deep, meaning high, whatever. 29-inch deep. This is 2 feet right here. This is 30 inches. These are the 210s, which are 30 inches. So it's actually just an inch shorter than these guys, but still pretty good size. And I think that, you know, with a stoop down and a stoop up, I'll be able to fit a little bit more than 1,300 gallons, but that's kind of where we're at, aiming at. So happy to go with these dimensions, and even more so, I'm happy that I already have the stuff. The glass was the, you know, toughest part, because plywood you can get at any Home Depot or whatever, and of course the glass was the tough part, you know, the most expensive part that was holding me back for so long. I figured if I go with that build for now, 1,300 gallon tank right there in the corner will be awesome. I gotta say, I'll be able to definitely move all the red belly, the adults, as well as the 17 juveniles, rescues, all in one enclosure, massive enclosure right back there, and no longer worry about sourcing stuff. I have it, it's in the garage. Time to build it. I'll pick up some 2x4s, 2x6s, and a bunch of plywood, 3/4 inch, good quality plywood. I think that's gonna be crucial. And then obviously the pond sealer and everything else, take it in stride. I'm gonna try to document everything. If I don't forget to turn on the camera or phone call interrupt us, you know, I'll try to put together a more or less a playlist for the, you know, plywood corner triangular piranha enclosure that we're about to embark on. I thank you so much for your support, my patrons, which have really contributed a lot. I was able to kind of let's just say, slowly put together a small small bankroll for this project, because I don't want to buy things, you know, every month a little and keep this, you know, sitting here. Obviously I have to remove the flooring, move everything, the tanks out of the way. Everything else has to take, you know, let's just say preparation, serious preparation. Without the funds, this will all just stall out longer. So I really appreciate all my patrons for, you know, pitching in, supporting, big time, especially in the days, times like now, where, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty in the finances and everything else. So I do appreciate it. Just letting you know, we're now moving into the build. We have the fish already, so it's time to expand our adventures. As I said, this may be the first of you know, more builds to come. I have another room. I keep hinting and showing you that area back there. You know, it's treadmills and laundry and whatever right now, but I'm thinking about utilizing that space for a big pond, like an indoor pond, you know, several 1,000-gallon, a little taller, a little deeper, grander scale, obviously. And for now, we'll be moving on to the DIY fish enclosure, or I should say DIY piranha enclosure. And Chikazilla, he's just chilling out. Anyway, so this will be the next few days, weeks, that I will occupy myself with. Obviously, we're still going to be feeding the fish, so I welcome you for a few more episodes of live feeding, or any type of feeding that we're going to be conducting down here. I think we've just finished up with Caribe, so believe it or not, it's going to be the juveniles again, with the adults getting their share as well. It's been a week or so since they fed. I've been feeding them once a week now. Everyone's asking about the, you know, feeding regimen, and it all depends on the size of the prey, obviously, and well, which one they are, because I have several tanks. They're all filled with piranhas. The juveniles need to feed more often for obvious reasons. They're growing. The adults not growing so much anymore, but they are in demand for food because they're pairing up and trying to, you know, procreate, make babies, establish families. And the Caribe is insatiable. The appetite is, you know, it's always apparent in all the videos. So we're feeding them well so they don't cannibalize and whatnot. They are quite territorial. The 120-gallon isn't going to be enough for much longer. So once we get this big build, the 1,300-gallon triangular habitat build, these two 220s will free up. Thinking dropping the Caribbean in one of these two, either this one or this one, depends in a moment. So, you know, new opportunities. We have a chance to maybe bring in some new species or rescue some more fish, you know, depending on what and how things go. Once again, thank you so much for coming. For those of you that are new here, my name is Marek. Everyone calls me Bear or Bearski, and this is my channel. This is my cave, my piranhas, my predatory keeping, as well as my carnivorous companions, my cats and dogs. There's Czar back there enjoying his toothbrush right now, which is just a big knuckle. Anyway, thank you for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Definitely check out the playlist if you would like to learn more on how we're going to, let's just say, put together this new endeavor. So yeah, and in addition, I was going to redo Oscar Red Rooster's tank. I threw some plants in there and whatever, but got the new light bulb, thinking it's time to redo his spot, but actually I'm going to demolish it anyway while I'll move the tank, because I'm gonna have to get it out of here, and so does this one. So all this is going to collapse more likely. Most likely I'm gonna have to take it all down so they don't get hurt. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fish them out or I'm gonna try to move the tank with a little bit of water in here. I've done that before, although I'm pretty sure it's gonna be heavy as hell. We'll see. If I get any help, then I'll just keep them in the tank. But if not, I'm gonna have to scoop them out, put them in a bucket, drain the water, move the tank real fast, and refill it back up. And once again, I need to move them move the tank out of this spot. So that's what's up. That's what's coming up for this week. A lot of projects.